Week 1 is almost here tomorrow. So you know what that means? It's Wednesday. Pick'ems. Let's do this. What is up, football fans? These episodes aren't just for Finn fans. It's for football fans because I pick every Wednesday. I try my best. Sometimes I do Thursday, depending on how my day's going, how technology's going, all that stuff. But every Wednesday, I pick every week's games. And yes, there is the Pigskin Pick'em League. It is linked in the description. It is the very top link in the description. And the password will pop up here, right here. Fins up. And make sure you do the right capitalizations in the right spot. Join the Pick'em League. You want to do it before tomorrow, because then I think if you're behind, you'll be behind in points, and then it's really difficult. Join the Pick'em League. I think we have almost like 300. Let me check real quick. We have 404 people in the DouglieDoWrong Pick'em League. 404. So if you'd like to join, it is linked below. Again, it is free to join. The way it works is you go through every week and you make your picks. You can pick the whole season if you want and then just be done with it. But obviously things are going to change, injuries, yada, yada. But each week you go in and you put your picks in each week. And then at the end of the season, the number one person is going to get a surprise, a nice prize from me. Last year, it was Master at Works, and you can ask him. I did send him something that he really enjoyed, I'm assuming. One other thing, I do have to shout out some new patrons that joined, and Cody Eslin and Frank Moore. Thank you guys so much for joining the Patreon. If you would like to join, that is linked below. If you would like to become a member, there's a join button next to the subscribe button. For the Patreons, because I know a lot of you guys have been hitting me up on Patreon. That next episode of teaching you guys essentially media and how to do this stuff is going to come out soon. Just been crazy busy getting ready for Sunday. There's that. The other thing is, you can tell by the title, I got Nikki Smokes on the channel today. If you don't know who Nikki Smokes, aka Smoke Show, is, you'll meet him in a few seconds. I'm doing the pick'ems this year a little different. For the past couple years, I had my dad on. It would be me versus my dad, and then it was me, my dad versus you, and then yada yada. This year's going to be different. To try to get my dad here, especially if I'm shooting him late, is kind of hard. He will be here for the live streams, but for the pick'ems, I'm not having my dad in. What I'm going to do is, whenever I can, I'm going to have guests on. So this is the first week of that, and I'm having my man Nikki Smokes on. I'm going to try to get TD on. I'm going to try to get Steven from Miami Sports Music. I'll try to get Tobin on. I'll try to get, whoever on. You name them. Dolphins United. Maybe I'll try to get him on. And just anybody. They don't even have to be Dolphin YouTubers. So maybe I'll try to get Tom Grassi on when we face the Packers and all that stuff. But that's what I'm going to try to do with the Pick'em Wednesdays. I'm going to try to get guests on, and then we're going to talk about each game, make our picks, all that good stuff. Should be a lot of fun. But that's all I got for you with my rambling. Let's jump into this. Me and Nikki picking week 1, and it's a good one. You can see, finally, I got my man Nikki Smokes on here. What's up, brother? We behind the scenes, me and him have been trying to get together for a hot minute. We're busy men.
For so long. It's such an honor to be here. You have no idea how much it means to me to even be on this channel. You, TD, you are like the two guys that I look up to the most and try to emulate. So just the fact that I'm even on here right now and that you're giving me the time of day, it means the world, man. So I'm very, very thankful to be here right now with you.
Dude, you kill it. I love what you're doing. Keep doing it. I love your style, of your format. Just, you're great. That's all I'm going to say.
Got to be a little different,
Exactly.
Someone's got to be the crazy Dolphin fan that's going to scream at their phone in their car. Someone has to do it.
If you don't follow him on Twitter, I'll pop his Twitter. You got to go follow him, especially during the season. This man's out of his mind, and it's hilarious. You got to go follow him. But yes,
I can't wait.
So we're doing the picks. I was talking to Nick off camera, and I said that maybe this season I'm going to have people on. So he's the first one. So this is going to be fun. We're going to go through each pick, say who we like. Then I'll give the spread, see if that makes a difference or anything like that. So let's jump right into it.
Let's get it. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go.
And we're going to start with the Buffalo Bills going to LA. Now, This is going to be a good game. Thursday night, tomorrow, because again, this is coming out Wednesday. So tomorrow, this is the kickoff season starts. Who do you have? Who are you thinking straight up? Who do you have winning this game?
If you asked me this question 3 months ago, I said Buffalo all the way. I really thought Buffalo was going to win this game. But the more that I'm seeing, they're not going to have Tre'Davious White at cornerback. He's out for 4 weeks, so they're also not going to have him when they play the Miami Dolphins. But a lot of people are backing Buffalo. A lot of money's being poured on Buffalo. And for that reason, I'm going to do what I don't advise anyone to do, and I'm going to flip. I'm going to flip, and I'm going to take the Rams to win.
Wow.
Super Bowl slump. Save it for the birds. The Rams come out, and the Rams beat the Buffalo Bills.
Interesting. Extremely interesting. I'm going different on this one. I'm also a giant jinx. I put out my fantasy league, and people were like, "You didn't take a Dolphin?" I'm a giant jinx, though. So I'm taking Buffalo. Okay. I think they're gonna be without Tre'Davious White, so that's a big thing that they're gonna have to deal with. But I like their defense. I like Josh Allen. I like the offense. They're giving 2.5, so I don't know if that means anything. To me, it really doesn't, because I think regardless, it's a field goal game. But I'm gonna go Buffalo on this one. I'm gonna go opposite of you, but I can definitely see where you're coming from with the Rams there. The Cooper Kupp, they added more to that offense. It's going to be a good one. Then we go to the first game on Sunday, which is the Saints heading to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. I will take this one to lead on this one. Falcons, they look pretty good in the preseason. Mariota didn't look too bad. Saints get Jameis Winston back. They get Michael Thomas back. They get all these guys, but they don't have Teron Armstead. I'm going Saints still. I think that besides Kyle Pitts, the Falcons really don't have anybody, and they're rebuilding. So I'm going Saints with this one. What are you thinking?
I think the Saints win the game, but I think the Falcons covered the spread. I'd like plus 5.5. I'd probably buy the hook. So I would bet the Falcons up to plus 6. I love a division underdog with they're getting almost a touchdown. We haven't seen Jameis Winston in a really long time. I know he's coming off an injury as well. And like you said, they lost Teron Armstead. We're Dolphin fans. We know how important it is to have an offensive line. I mean, come on, it's gonna affect the outcome of the game. I think the Saints win, but I don't think they cover 6 points. So I'll take the Falcons plus 6 at home.
Yeah, I agree with it when it comes to the spread. I think it'll be a close game. I think Kyle Pitts is probably going to eat really well in that game. I mean, it's a monster. Then we have the Cleveland Browns heading to Carolina. Baker Mayfield revenge game. No Deshaun Watson. What are you thinking about this one?
I think the Panthers lose.
Really?
I think the Cleveland Browns go out there with Jacoby Brissett and they win the game. I know what everyone's saying. Oh, it's the Baker revenge game. Oh, Jacoby Brissett's so bad. Don't you remember he was on the Dolphins? I don't know if you remember, but when you have Jacoby Brissett with Jesse Davis, Isaiah Ford, Mac Hollins as a wide receiver too, you're not going to win games. And we got screwed in Vegas, the non-call pass interference. Like, there was multiple games that we probably could have won with Brissett. It just didn't go our way. I think Cleveland's offensive line is still really good. I think they still have one of the best defenses in their division. I think they have much more talent. And let's be honest, man, is Baker Mayfield, is he funny in those commercials? Yeah. But is Baker's revenge game keeping me up at night? Am I petrified of Baker's raw abilities to take over a football game? Absolutely not. I think everyone's going to be bought into Baker. When I'm looking at this Browns roster from head to toe, especially defensively, and I just like where they're at.
Now, I think the Panthers are giving 2.5. You think that the Browns are winning big by a touchdown at least?
No, I don't want to say big. I could see them winning by a touchdown. I see them winning the game.
Okay.
Definitely low scoring though. I think it's gonna be a really ugly football game.
Yeah, I don't have much faith in Jacoby. He'll probably prove me wrong in this game, and I think when Baker's angry and vengeful, he plays hard. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know if he's going to have – I don't know if he's going to have a good season, but I think this is the game that he's, like, really going to stick it to him, and I'm going Carolina in this one. just because of that factor. They have CMC for now. They have
Right.
they're healthy for now. And I think they get off to a hot start because I didn't they get off to a hot start last year, and then all of a sudden the injuries kind of killed them.
I don't quite remember, but I do remember I was a fan of J.C. Horn, and I remember he got hurt.
Hmm.
I mean, they definitely got plagued with injuries last year, but I really don't. I think you're right. I remember they were all like, "Yo, Sam Darnold's back.
Yeah,
Sam
yeah,
Darnold's
yeah.
back." I think you're right. I think they started like 3-1 or something. I don't know. I think you're right though, because I remember the Sam Darnold hype.
Next one, we're going to talk about the 49ers heading to Chicago.
Mm,
Flat out, I'm going 49ers here. I think Chicago, I feel Justin Fields is just in a horrible situation. I feel
feel
bad
so
for the
bad.
kid. I'm going 49ers, regardless of who their quarterback is. I think they're pretty stacked on offense and defense, flat out. And 49ers are given 7, so I honestly think, regardless, I think the 49ers are going to win that one.
Yeah, Niners win, Niners cover. Not a big fan of Chicago at all. I do like Justin Fields though.
Mm.
I just when you pair a young guy like that with probably the worst offensive line in football, we know how that goes. And no weapons besides Darnell Mooney. We also know how that goes.
Yeah.
Just having Devontae Parker as a wide receiver one and really no one else. No disrespect to Jalen Waddle. Obviously, Waddle was our wide receiver number one. You know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Anyway, yeah, I think the Niners go out there. They roll them. That defensive line is going to wreak havoc against the Chicago Bears. It's going to be a long day for Justin Fields.
Next, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, led by Mitch Trubisky.
Don't
Surprising
sleep.
there. Surprising there. Taking on Cincinnati in Cincinnati, the defending AFC champions. What are you thinking with this one?
Do not sleep on Mitch Trubisky this
Oh,
year. I think
I'm
he's going to have a bounce back year. He was sitting behind Josh Allen last year. And look, man, you could say whatever you want about Pittsburgh. They haven't had a losing season in
That's
20
true.
years.
That's true.
We haven't won a playoff game in 22
That's
years. This
true.
this franchise knows how to win. Again, it's a division game. Joe Burrow just had his appendix removed like a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago. T. Higgins is still banged up. Don't sleep on Pittsburgh here. I like Pittsburgh with the points +7. I think the Bengals at home, they win it though. I think they're going to be more Super Bowl hungover
Gotcha.
than the Rams did, even though they didn't win.
Yeah, I agree with the Super Bowl hangover with the Bengals. It was surprising they made the Super Bowl second
Very.
year, so I could see that. I am going with Cincinnati though. I do like who they have, especially their running game, their wide receiving core, the additions on the offensive line and stuff. I took a bottle of melatonin on friggin' Mitch Trubisky. I'm in a coma on that guy. I just can't. I
He's
can't.
not going to be great. He's not going to be great, but I think he'll win him a couple games this year.
Yeah, their head coach, that man finds a way to win at any cost. So I agree with you on that aspect of it. I think it's going to be a close game. So, yeah, if you are going against the spread, I would probably go with Pittsburgh. I think, if anything, Cincinnati wins by like 4. So, yeah, I agree on that aspect. Then we have the Philadelphia Eagles heading to Detroit to take on the Lions. I don't know if you guys have been watching Hard Knocks, though. Their head coach working out with the team. I'm going with Philly in this one. I think Philly is in the same mindset that the Dolphins are right now. They're trying to see what they have in their quarterback, so they really stack their roster. And I think the Lions, are up and coming. People are sleeping on the Lions too. I think this is going to be a close game. Eagles are giving 4, so if I'm betting on the spread, I'd probably take the Lions, but straight up, I'm going to take the Eagles. I think they're the better team.
I'm on the same wave as you, Dougie. I think the Eagles win. I think the Lions cover. The Lions, as we all know, if you went back and watched them last year, they just found ways to lose games. I mean, they should have beat the Ravens. They
Yeah.
should have beat numerous amounts of teams. And last time that these two teams played last year, it was in Detroit, and Philly just steamrolled them. I mean, they beat them so bad, and I had money on the Lions that game. So I'm coming back for my revenge. I think the Lions are going to remember that taste that they had in their mouth. I know Dan Campbell will.
Oh, yeah.
Because that guy is very emotional. You could tell. Like, you think he's going to cry every single time they put him on camera. I think they go out there with that vengeance, and I think they covered +4.
Gotcha. Now we got the Indianapolis Colts heading to Houston, taking on the Texans. Matt Ryan, Mills. What's your thoughts on this one?
I think the Colts win, but I think the Texans cover.
Yeah, they're
the
getting
Texans
8.
and the Colts, they always play each other really, really weird. It's in Houston. I think, the Colts, I believe they're the best team in that division. I believe they're going to win that division. But anytime I'm getting a divisional game in a home underdog and I'm getting anything close to a touchdown, I'm almost blindly going to take that because we really don't know.
Yeah.
We really don't know. Everything sounds great on paper. I mean, we went into last year coming off a 10-6 season and we started 1-7. So you really don't know what you have until you see it. So first week divisional game at home, I'm getting +7. I'll take that.
Yeah, I agree. I think this game's going to be a lot closer. You're wondering if the Colts are coming off that non-making the playoffs hangover after losing to Jacksonville in Jacksonville. It's going to be a close game. The fact that the Colts are given so much, if you're going against the spread, I'm taking the Texans. Straight up, I'll take the Colts, though. I think Matt Ryan is out to prove that he's not an old man.
I like Matt Ryan.
Yeah, right. And Jonathan Taylor. Can Jonathan Taylor duplicate? Let me ask you that real quick. Can Jonathan Taylor duplicate, or is he going to have a sophomore slump?
I'm not going to say it's a sophomore slump because that would be an egregious take. I think he's a great running back. But to see him go out there and do better than what he did last year, I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just not likely. There should be some decline unless he's Adrian Peterson. But I still think he's going to have a phenomenal year and prove that he's a top 3 running back in the NFL.
Now we have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the New York Jets.
Yep.
Joe Flacco facing his former team. Is this the first time Joe Flacco's facing the Ravens?
Starting?
Yeah.
Is that due to injury to Wilson?
Well, he had he hurt his knee on that first preseason game. I don't know if he's playing.
He hasn't been back since.
I don't think so. I'll have to double check that. I'm pretty sure they said Flacco's starting week 1. They don't want to rush Zach Wilson back. I could be wrong, but
I feel like there's a little cat and mouse there because we heard all this stuff coming out of camp. Oh, like Flacco looks really, really good with the ones. I think this might be their way out. This might be their way out on Zach Wilson.
Let me see. Look it up real quick.
Let's see. But I think the Jets just stink. To be honest with you, I'm sorry. I think their defense is horrendous. Their offense, they have some nice pieces on the offense. I will give them that. But as of right now, their defense is Swiss cheese. I think Lamar, JK, whoever the hell else they got back there, they're going to put up numbers on this defense.
Yeah, and the Ravens are giving 7 too, and they're the away team.
Yeah, lay that. I would lay that.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing, that it's like Flacco's probably going to start week 1. They don't want to rush Zach Wilson back because he like sprained his MCL or something like that in his knee. I know that, and then he got like cleanup surgery. Yeah, I'm going with the Ravens straight up and covering the spread too. Even though, in my personal opinion, I think Flacco gives the Jets a better chance of winning. Like when it comes to week 5 when the Dolphins are going to take on the Jets, I would prefer to see Zach Wilson than Flacco because Flacco last year in MetLife, Flacco knew how to take on that zero blitz. I'm more worried about the veteran leadership in Flacco, but yeah, I'm going Ravens in this one. I think they're the better team. Then next we have the Jaguars heading to Washington to take on those Commanders. That's going to be
new name every year, brother.
Man, we got the Las Vegas Raiders, we got the Los Angeles Chargers. Now we got the friggin' Commanders.
It's nuts.
I'm going. Who am I going with? I'm going Commanders. I think the Commanders are underappreciated, especially on their defense. I think Trevor Lawrence and these Jaguars team is going to do better, but I also think they severely overpaid for their talent in the offseason. So don't sleep on Heineke either. So I'm going with it's Carson Wentz now.
But if Heineke was playing, I would say the Commanders, but Carson Wentz is the starting quarterback, and therefore I am going with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I love Doug Peterson. If we get Mike McDaniel, I would have loved to see Doug Peterson be the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. I'm a big Doug Peterson guy. He was the backup to Dan Marino, so he had roots in Miami. I love Doug, and I think the talent is there for Jacksonville. They're a very, very young team, and they were just a circus last year. I mean, everything came out with Urban Meyer. True. And he's at the bar with this blonde girl dancing on him. Meanwhile, he's married. I mean, that thing was a disaster. They have Travis Etienne coming back. This team is young, and they're going up against Carson Wentz. Anything could happen. I'll take Doug Peterson plus the points, +3.
There you go.
I think they win too.
Then we have the Giants taking on the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee.
Ugh.
What's your thoughts on this one?
I'd rather chew glass than have to bet on this game. But since Tennessee is at home, I'll go with Tennessee. I know they lost some pieces on the offensive line, but they still got King Henry, A.J. Brown. He is now in Philly, but they did get Treylon Burks from Arkansas, and they also have Robert Woods. He came over from L.A. I mean, Daniel Jones is horrendous. He literally Ryan Tannehill. Like Ryan Tannehill is everything that Daniel Jones praised he could be. But I'll take the Titans to win. And if I had to bet, I will not bet this game with my own money. But if I had a gun to my head, I would take the Titans -5.5.
Yeah, that 5.5. They gave them the because normally the home team gets about 3. They give about 3 to the opposing team. They gave them that little 2.5 because they looked at the Giants in the training camp and in the preseason and we're just like, what is going on there? Yeah, I'm 100% with you. Regardless, both teams, like the Giants are bad, but the Titans are good. They were the number 1 seed last year, and now all of a sudden people are looking at them like, meh. But yeah, I agree with you. I'm going with Tennessee in this one. There's just a better team right now. Then we have the Kansas City Chiefs heading to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Kyler Murray, all the slander about him and in their contract making him study his play. You thought Tua had it bad. I'm going straight up. I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs in this one. Yeah, they lost Tyreek Hill, but they still have Mahomes. They still have the run game. They still have the defense and everything. I'm going with the Chiefs in this one.
Not only do the Chiefs win, but I think they win by 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
I think the Kansas City Chiefs absolutely blow out the Arizona Cardinals. This is probably my second favorite bet of the week.
Okay. Well, this next game is a difficult one for me. It is the Raiders heading to Los Angeles, not San Diego, even though they should go back to San Diego, taking on them Chargers. What is your thoughts on this one?
I'm probably going to get killed for saying this. I think the Chargers can win the Super Bowl this year. I think they're the best team in the AFC West.
Okay.
I could see the Raiders going in there, like their fans taking over the stadium. I could 100% see that happening. But if the Chargers are 100% healthy, which they are at the moment, I think they have the most talented roster in the entire NFL, both offensively and defensively. And it's week 1. Everyone's ready to go. So, and God forbid something happens in the game, if everyone's healthy, ready to go, I love the Chargers over the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm in there with you. I like what they did, bringing in Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson. The offense was already doing pretty well. It was the defense that kept holding them back. The Chargers and the Bills are 2 teams that in the AFC that are going to be fighting for each other. I think it's going to be a close game. I know that the Chargers are giving 3 because they are the home team, but I think it'll be like a touchdown win. So I think in both cases, I'm going to go with the Chargers. I think the Raiders are getting a little too overhyped, especially bringing Devontae Adams and Renfro and stuff. So
their offensive line is terrible too.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they shut people up and shut the Chargers down. But again, the Chargers are a stacked team right now. So
good team, man.
It's going to be hard. Packers heading to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. I cannot, and this is why I bring in like people like you, because I cannot get a feel on the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know how I feel, if they're going to be good or bad. Like I did my record prediction. I got to the Minnesota game and I was like, the Dolphins could beat them, but I don't know if are they have Cooks and they still have Kirk Cousins and they have Jefferson Thielen. I'm like, but I don't know, get a feel on this. I'm going to take the Packers just because I can't get a feel on the Vikings. And Aaron Rodgers is just that good where it doesn't matter who's on the offense. He's going to win the game. I can't get a feel. So what is your thoughts on this game?
First of all, everyone thinks that game that we play against Minnesota is some type of free win. I'm here to tell you that's the furthest thing from the truth.
No.
This Minnesota team is really good. Their new head coach, Kevin O'Connell, offensive mastermind. I love the Vikings in this spot. I think they're going to go out there and come out with this crazy air raid offense. Like you said, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook. I mean, this team has the pieces on offense to make things happen. They upgraded their defense as well. I like the Vikings. 4 o'clock Kirk, 4 o'clock or 1 o'clock Kirk is the Kirk I like. Anything after 4 o'clock, I don't like Kirk anymore. But the first game at home, underdog, and everyone's talking about Aaron Rodgers, give me the Vikings.
It's going to be a good one. Then we have the Sunday night game. Tampa Bay head into Dallas, taking on those Cowboys. To me, I'm not as high on the Cowboys. I think they lost a few too many pieces, and I think Tampa Bay is still that juggernaut in the NFC. I'm going Tampa, and the Bucs are actually giving two in this game. I just think it's the Bucs to win.
So 2 months ago, I said I love the Cowboys, but I'm personally not going to bet this game whatsoever. I'd rather not, and I hate betting against Tom Brady. He's already done enough emotional damage to me in my lifetime, so I'll go with the Buccaneers. But again, there's absolutely 0% chance that I lay any money on this game.
Then we have the Monday night game. Broncos, let's ride, taking on his old team, the Seattle Seahawks. Do you think this will be a game? That's what I'm going to ask you, because I know what you're going to pick. Do you think it'll be a game?
I think it's be a great game for Russell Wilson. I think Russell's going to kill them, man. You want to talk about someone that plays better when they have a chip on their shoulder? Look no further than Russell Wilson. I think Denver is going to absolutely demolish them, but there's going to be that emotional factor going into that game. And I think it's going to be rocking in Seattle. I think it might start off a little difficult for Denver because the emotions will be high. They'll be playing into the crowd. But once Denver gets settled in, I think they really start running away with it because that Seattle team is just god-awful.
Yeah, I agree. And it's so funny that the away team in Seattle, Seattle used to be a crazy place you didn't want to play in. Denver's given 6.5. So I'm going with Denver in this one. Like you said, I think Geno is starting for them too, and it's just, or is it Lock?
I like Geno though. I like Geno over Drew Lock.
Yeah, so
I was always on that train.
I drafted DK Metcalf in my fantasy league. Hopefully, I can get some points on.
Someone's got to throw it to him,
right? And then the last take we will get from you is the game that we're all waiting for. New England Patriots heading down to South Florida, take on the Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa 3-0 against Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. What is your take, and who are you picking?
Come on, man. I'm obviously going with the Dolphins. The Patriots are already scared. They flew down early. They think they're going to get acclimated to the heat and humidity a couple days early. Come on, bro. I've been living down here my whole life. It's not going to help you. This is the best roster we've had in the last 22 years.
Yes.
If we can't open up at home and beat the New England Patriots, we have a serious problem on our hand. Tua's never lost to Bill Belichick, and now Tua has every weapon he could ever dream of. Are we down Byron Jones? Sure, I get it, but their wide receiver one's Devontae Parker. Good. Sounds great to me. I could live with that. The Dolphins go out there, they set the tone, they win this game, and they cover the spread. I don't think we'll win by 30, but I think we're going to win by double digits. And us Dolphin fans, we should expect to win this game because our roster is that much better than theirs.
Yeah, I couldn't say it better myself, but if you want to hear more, you got to check me out Friday when I preview the Dolphins taking on the Patriots. What do you have going on, Nikki? Are you doing your own preview? Shout out your channel. I want everyone to go follow you. What do you got going on?
Yeah, so every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. on The Smoke Show on YouTube. By the way, we're almost at 800 subs. We're trying to hit 1,000.
Go sub.
We're trying to hit 1,000. If you guys can help me out, please. It'd mean the world. But every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 5 to 6, you'll catch us live on The Smoke Show. And then when the season starts, I'm going to start doing some live content from tailgates at the game. I'm going to be interviewing fans. So there's going to be a lot of great Dolphins content coming your way. You can also hit me up on Twitter at Nikki Smokes. The DMs are always open. If you guys have any video suggestions that you want on YouTube, just comment and let me know. But every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 5 to 6, right here on YouTube, The Smoke Show.
Go help this man get to 1,000. He definitely deserves it. Does a fantastic job over there. Nikki, thank you so much, bud, for coming on. This isn't going to be the last time I'm going to have you on, but I appreciate you coming on.
I hope not, man. I hope not.
All right, bud. Take care.
Appreciate you.